Oh, I'm already on this page. Whoops. Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Boda speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... All right, so it's finally happening. My camera glitched out normally, so I've got the low quality one now. But aside from that, you don't care about that one. You care about this. And my goodness, did you? Okay, think I'm back. So, a while ago, speaking of the stream that that gave way to a raid of sorts. Let's say, it's common on Gacha review for basically for when I review certain shows for the people involved, the production team, to get word that it's happening and to join during the live chat. It's rare that a production team from a different show comes in at the same time, and those people, they did that during the last Camp Creek episode, and it now seems like they want me to check out the Deceitful Potioneer. This was their recommendation. I believe I've heard this before. I mean, I don't know, it just rings a bell slightly. The channel also rings a bell for some other reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I back checked on the channel to see if we got like any other ones. But yeah, no, that's yeah, it didn't happen in that time. So So I don't know because I know that it seems like there's a lot of content that was deleted from this channel. There's a chance I might have reviewed something from EurettZ in the past. I don't really know for sure. So I guess we'll just go ahead and hope that the lag isn't too bad. Because I can see your comments, by the way. You don't need to tell me. I know it's happening. Um, but we'll see. I like how someone else apparently was either practically or partially, I can't tell what this word's supposed to be, forced to be here right now. In which case, I will say I am practically and partially also forced to be here. So we'll see how this goes. All right. Um, I'm going to show the description of this one because there is actually a description around it. So let's see what this says. Banished from his homeland, Robin Beauregard, not Beauregard, but Beauregard, flees into the forest for sanctuary. Haunted by memories of the accident, his attempt at survival quickly spirals into a succession of troubling predicaments. The Deceitful Potioneer follows a story of Randon Beauregard. Yes, we saw that before. An exiled Potioneer trying to prove his innocence after he was framed for an assassination attempt at the king. The story follows his journey into the mending broken bonds after years of mistrust and judgment because of their personal dilemmas. Will Randon succeed in proving his innocence, or will he forever be known as the Deceitful Potioneer? Now, I like that quite a lot. Other than the repetition at the beginning there, I'm guessing because the second paragraph is the summary of the show itself, rather than the episode synopsis, which is the first paragraph. So the setup for this is going to be practically identical because it's episode 1. Episode 1 is also titled Lying in Solitude, which seems to be which could be a double meaning essentially, you know. Lying in solitude could of course mean, you know, actually lying physically down at some point because, you know, he's been downtrodden apparently after whatever's gone on here, or lying because deceitful. Either one actually works in this context, and I like the duality of that. Will there be an answer as to which one it is, or will it be simply up in the air? We're going to find out in a moment because I have to replace the cable because, get this, there's been a thing that's been done in this room, and that includes the extension cord that I normally use to plug in multiple things, so I'm going to have to switch between my microphone cable and the computer cable periodically. So I'm going to do that now before we start, and then we'll get ahead and proceed with things. All right. You should have seen me before. As soon as I realized that the interface had low battery, I realized I was already on the countdown, and I just rushed up to my room and back down again. But yeah. Anyway, now we can proceed. Without further ado, on with the review. Ooh, bashment of Zen potion there. Okay, other than that, I'm not sure why Deceitful looks like it's lowercase, you know. We're off to a fantastic start already. I will say there's one EurettZ video I actually looked at here beforehand because there was one video about intros specifically. I was trying to see like what EurettZ's philosophy regarding intros would be and if that does reflect, and it does, you know. The idea is to making sure it's related to the branding of something. Oh, this video is, by the way, related to actual like intros for Gacha tubers, but it still counts. Relates to your branding. It's that it's original and you had fun while making it. This relates to the series, certainly. It seems I'm guessing that those are some of the broken bonds that need to be reforged as he's falling through his own potion into the chemical X, so to speak. And I original because I mean, while I've seen like a bunch of people like, you know, with a shadow like falling through something, not quite to that degree. Don't recognize the music either. Not sure if that's original or not. Don't know. But hey, certainly seems like it's a you know, a blast while making it. EurettZ also has a video that I haven't watched yet that is trying Gacha Life 2 for the first time, so you never know. We'll see.
What separates a hero from a villain?
Perspective. Okay, I know this is not, intentional, but the lighting around this, like this moment here, seems like it's probably it reminds me, and the costumes remind me of Unbounded, and the way that started pretty strongly. So we're in good hands. Oh, and speaking of hands, I think that might be a backwards hand. Yeah, a little bit backwards hand.
I promise I'm not hungry.
What a freak!
That's what they get for letting commoners in the academy. Luckily.
Ah, okay, a little bit of natural expression. I was wondering where we actually were at this point, because it seems like, the idea of like when you're drowning, your life flashes before your eyes. I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing right now, being pulled into like different areas, basically. And it seems like, just like a few choice words clue us in, that all these people are not commoners. They're in academy, and this is a very, and this Potioneer apparently is an outlier in that sense, Again, this is how you do an opening, people.
You're one of the good ones, huh, Randy?
Ah, a loaded sentence if ever heard one before.
Mr. Random Potioneer, sir? I promise I'll
Mr. Random Potioneer, sir. So, sorry, Randon is his name. Yeah, there we go.
become a Potioneer in the future. I want to be a great hero, just like you.
Ooby doo, I want to be like you. I want to mix like you, fix like you, and brew.
No. I didn't mean to. I didn't. It was a mistake. I'm a good person.
Yeah, don't sound too caught up about it. Oh no, it was a mistake. I'm a good person. No. That was a little bit unconvincing. The rest of it still stands up, but okay. Potioneer discovers growth potion. Yeah, I think when people are trying this kind of thing in real life as well. Yeah.
It's funny, really. One moment you're on top of the world. The next, you're an outcast. Like me.
I love how they didn't even bother taking down the other poster. Like it didn't matter. Which honestly is a little bit of commentary. Especially in the age of the internet, it seems like no matter the good that you do, if you make one infraction, that's remember you for. That being said, the infraction is, severe in this case, or perceived to be severe, so see that. But from the perspective, yeah.
My name.
Okay. Small detail here. I love the fact that the fire actually has smoke coming out of it, or steam coming out of it, rather. No smoke. There's smoke. Yes. Because yeah, I don't normally see like that kind of like actual trail basically, even if you do get moving fire, which seeing as the people who recommended this were the ones like on the Camp Creek video where I was talking about the because of the fire in that one. This is already far better.
My name is Randon Beauvegard. I work for, used to work for, the Kingdom of Astasia.
Okay, no, please, come on. We just got through a masterclass of visual storytelling. Please don't revert to gacha narration right now. We were doing so well.
I was highly regarded as the Royal Potioneer.
Who are you reading to?
But now, I'm a fugitive on the run. My name was ultimately tainted as people were left to believe I had this elaborate plan to poison the king and take over the king.
This sounds like an AI voice. I mean, it would explain the performance beforehand of like, oh no, I'm a good person. But apparently there are VA credits, so you know we'll trust that for now.
Kingdom. Heck, if I wanted to poison.
I mean, I used to tell people they sounded robotic sometimes as a criticism. Can't really say that anymore, but that's probably where that kind of idea comes from.
Poison the king, he would have been dead right now.
Oh, I thought the book was going to catch fire for a second there. The music definitely implies it's meant to be like a comedic scene or some element of that, but I don't know.
Now that I hear it out loud, I'm not helping my case whatsoever. It won't be long until someone goes after me. I'm practically a walking gold mine. All I need to do right.
Oh, okay. We're doing the we're doing the added sound effects for what someone is saying as you know, which honestly in this instance is probably better than some of the other ones because a lot of the other people have done this like kind of thing for Gacha, just like include like a bunch of vine booms and stuff like that. You know, like the basically like the Gen Alpha attention grabby techniques. This one is more like, okay, it's subtle enough in the background. Okay, fair enough.
Right now is try to find a way to prove that this is all some big misunderstanding.
Also, no one is saying that they actually are using AI here. It was just a suspicion. It's not confirmed. So yeah, don't worry. No one's under that. No one's like fully convinced of that. Yeah. Just a minor role in this video. Well, I mean, this character does seem like to be a minor part to me.
And oh, if I do meet my untimely demise, and someone was to find this book.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Mops's credit in this. Sorry, I'm once again, I misinterpreted what you was responding to.
Please bring it back to Cersei Galahad from the Knights of Astasia.
Oh, all right. We're getting some creatures here. I always love when there's like non-human characters in a gacha video because it is such a complicated thing to get right. As somebody who, you know, designed a worm character in Gacha Life 2, I like how that's, you know, that's coming back. Yeah. No. Don't be gone. Let's see where this goes first. See, what you could have done in this instance is like have like him read to like to the creature. I feel like appeared first or something. I believe that slimes in general get very cold most of the time, mostly because they sustain themselves through the cold. But yeah. Well, did he sneeze and scare the chickens from downstairs, or the turkeys?
Well, that was weird.
So Cersei, are you okay?
Ah, I reckon. Oh my goodness! I found a kindred spirit here. Not the character, but the mouth. I recognize that style. I recognize that style of recording because that's the same thing that I do to sync up the mouths in Gacha Life 2. So yes, this is somebody else who has applied the animated mouths from Gacha Club into Gacha Life 2 in order to take advantage of what Gacha Life 2 offers in terms of custom posing without sacrificing the animated mouths for it. Let's go. Someone else gets it. And I only recognized it because there was like a moment where the mouth was slightly off, which I have suffered immensely at that because you have to go frame by frame sometimes for that, or you know, label your files and angles and stuff like that. I've talked about it before with the Muse and Go commentaries. I won't go into it again here.
Did you catch a cold from the mission?
No, I'm fine. Thank you for the worry, Leo.
And as an added bonus, I'm recognizing that, you know, there's like a little bit element of like extra, almost lips, but like I'm gonna say lip syncing here. Lip syncing in Gacha usually means something entirely different, but it does like an actual definition of lip syncing. You know, the characters do actually open and close their mouths in time, and I think sometimes the mouths are actually a little bit sped up as well. So you get like the open and close parts precisely when they're supposed to be, rather than. Honestly, I do cut corners here, and if there's a slight pause, I won't account for it in the animation. But if there's a longer pause, I will. It's, you know, yeah. Also, there we go. We've got Mops's voice in here. Let's go.
Sir, you should rest. You haven't slept properly since the night of the banquet. I'll handle the report
Just the banquet. That was a little bit fast there, but I
for
get it.
Queen Unova. It's no trouble, really. I
It's
can't.
okay, Leo. You don't need to worry about that. It's my duty to report the status of our missions to the Royal Highness after all. Besides,
There's one thing that can be could be accounted for. Needs the Bond poses. Needs the Bond walking poses for the cycle. Think of what's happening with Gacha Fest. Oh, actually, I've been recording four mops regarding Gacha Fest because I forgot that he asked me to like announce some of the winners. So I recorded like a speech a while ago. I was still working on the Milen song at the time, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that one, I kind of shadow dropped it. Give that one some love, please. I want to see if I want the non-Aphmau song to do well. But regardless of that, I was recording some of those. I did one of them. I got 2 more to record. So things are still happening in the background, basically, is the ultimate answer to that question.
I'm sure she'll be here
Also, hello, Minano. Welcome back.
any minute.
What is going on with the camera, by the way? I mean, I know that there's the shaking cam, there's like, handheld attempt, and then there is woo. That's what I'm kind of getting right now with the vibe of this camera. Unless we're on a boat right now, we're on some kind of on some kind of sea vessel of any kind. If that's the case, then I get it. I also get this. Understandable.
I do apologize for taking so long. I was looking after Brigham.
It's okay, Your Royal.
And even like a legs to panning up to the full person reveal. I think I think EurettZ and I are like kindred spirits when it comes to gacha editing. I must say.
Highness, we understand.
Thank you. I do believe you're here to report the status of your mission.
Okay, I guess now we're cutting over to these characters who I guess were related to the mission. All right then. Again, visual storytelling here. Wait, what? Wait, hold on a second. Did our mouth just? Oh no, it's just like it's a line with the veil. I thought our mouth disappeared for a second. Never mind.
I do believe you're here to report the status of your mission.
It's there. It's there.
Looking at these crooks, I'm assuming it was a success.
Okay, she's not looking at the crooks right now. I would have had a turn around at that point.
Yes, Your Royal Highness. The Knights are thrilled to announce that we managed to capture the group that was stirring up problems in the lower ring of Astasia. They've all been arrested and accounted for.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
I mean, again, they're right there, but...
Is he alright?
That's...
Hey, where am I?
Stand straight, you moron.
It's hard to stand straight. The Titanic won't allow you to.
Ouch.
He's under the effects of the potion. Leo, bring me their Potioneer.
Yes, Sir Cersei.
Here we go.
I swear, I don't know anything about the heist. Please spare me. I was only protecting myself.
I don't think I've seen a Cyclops character since Dramadonia. Another nice detail. I was just watching this camera. Yeah, I don't know. I know I said we're on a boat earlier. That's the only reasoning behind it. I don't
I was a healer, you see. Nearly no potioneering.
I like how this comment came in just before that scream, but I'm going to relate it to that scream. This is peak voice acting. And not even that, not even only that, but also it does kind of seem, given like the angle of the slash, that the throat might have been affected a little bit. So there is almost a sense of like, I'm screaming, but I'm also possibly bleeding out from the throat implied in the voicing. And that's extremely difficult to pull off. Based on the sword. Yeah, I did. I was even, I did that one. Even I missed that one because I was thinking about something else. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't worry. I only cut deep
So it was her hands, not her. Okay, fair enough. Either way.
enough that your hands bled. Leo?
I was worried for a second that like this actually is something that unfortunately that this does happen in real life, and I did learn about, particularly in geography class, they actually talked about, what happened to when it comes to, like how blood diamonds are done and whatever, and like a particular situation in Sierra Leone from a few years ago. And yeah, there was a lot of amputation as a result, once, to not be able to use your hands anymore to cause any more harm to the opposition. I was worried that was going to happen there. And now that they said, like, they made sure that our hands bled. I'm surprised it didn't, unless the idea is that, they're going to hurt too much to not do anything anymore. I don't know. I don't know.
Send her to the infirmary and have her healed
I wonder if her blood has healing powers, or that was his magic.
with the new shipment of healing potions we received. Then throw her in the jail with her group.
Okay, that's a little bit counterintuitive. You just punished a Potioneer who claimed that she was just a healer, and now you're taking her to get healing potions. Does it? Okay, sure.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah, well, I assume so. I believe that your curriculum is similar to mine. In which case, I would have said, if I know about your advice of GCSEs, I would recommend some of my old songs because they were designed for those. But anyway. And another thing I'll appreciate is that the screaming and like the crying in pain continued while the scene was still going on, and it was sound mixed so that it wasn't too overwhelming, like it probably would be in real life, honestly. But you could still hear the other performers, but it's still ongoing because it's layered. Love that.
Huh? Where's my...
Oh, it's
Hey,
multiplied.
what the... Hey, that's my stuff!
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I thought it was a friendly thing. Nope, never mind. It's dead. Okay. Minor thing here. I would not have had I'm guessing what happens, like the slime back, I was like, it's being squashed and stretched significantly. I would not have had the backpack specifically squashed and stretched in the same way. I'm guessing these were put into one singular image to help with the syncing up. The problem is that it makes it seem like the backpack is also made out of slime. I would have suggested in the future just to have it like bounce on top of it rather than squash and stretch in the same way. Grab the backpack. It didn't slide with it. It's probably falling down. Get it. I love the sound effects. Oh, we went for the wrong one, which is an interesting tactic. Why would you do that? Oh, the synced up to the music as well. A little bit of I found people call that Mickey Mousing, which I don't know if that's the most accurate thing to say, because it wasn't just Mickey Mouse that like synced up to his order, like going bum bum bum, and like actually doing things like that. Time to switch cable. I don't know if that's probably not accurate to say, but yeah, that's the term for it. It's got no mouth, and yet you must scream.
Just great.
Says Paul as it multiplies. Oh, never mind. Look at that. It's got a mouth now. See, you've it's problem solved. Oh, and I ate the backpack. Oh, well, now it's gone. If you've got potions in there, be careful, because that could that could be a number of effects there. All right then. Well, but not the nose. Well, lack thereof, I would presume. But yeah.
Shit, I'm stuck.
I've never heard of like how slimes breathe normally. Never problem solved. Why don't I feel better? You tell me. I also do appreciate the fact that the mouth was actually colored according to like what the inside of the slime would actually be. Again, attention to detail.
But I can't just let that thing digest all my stuff. Let's see. Slime gel is super flammable, so I'd best not use.
Oh, so you had stuff that was on your person, not in your backpack as well. Okay, fair enough.
Any of these fire potions. Wait, that's it! Oh, crap.
I think you're supposed to mix the fire potions closer to the creature if they're going to cause a reaction immediately. I would have thought.
Phew. That's why we were taught as knights to use... steam!
Did you have to did you have to pose the camera like that? It's like, that's right, hello. Also, taught as knights, interesting. So all knights have slight potion training? Alright. I mean, that's reasonable, not gonna lie. I mean, in Harry Potter, you gotta have a knowledge of potions to become an aura, so why not?
Did it work?
Well, arguably it shouldn't have, because steam would not have caused an ignition like that normally, unless that was part of the magic, but I don't know. Honestly, far more effective, like, have just the fire from earlier if that was the thing you were trying to do. Unless you wanted to, like, not burn your presumably leather backpack, in which case I'd understand that. I've also, another thing, liquids are also extremely difficult. Probably one of the most difficult things to pull off in Gacha like that, and the puddle of slime there, and actually, like, staying there. I see I was dumb, but the illusion is masterful there as well.
And that's why you...
Oh, and also confirm the camera is in fact still tilting constantly, so there's not they weren't on a boat earlier.
Don't mess with the Royal Potioneer.
So you are the Royal Potioneer. Okay, fine. You know, they're not mutually exclusive. That, you know, you could be the Royal Potioneer and also, you know, been trained in basic potioneering as a knight. That's still a possible thing. Yeah, I do agree the slime was cute, but, you know, it did steal the backpack, so I see why he came after it. Oftentimes in fantasy stories, slimes are the first things that get destroyed on account of their presumed physical weakness, so yeah, I get why it happened.
Huh? Oh, I forgot about this.
Just gonna bottle it up and, you know, keep it
When
around.
I left for the castle, I grabbed as much stuff as I could. I was a...
I'm sure that could have been implied, or you could have seen you leave the castle, and that would have been perfectly conveyed.
Originally pretty pissed off that I grabbed this wine bottle, because... bleh, I can't stand the smell of liquor. I really do.
By the way, one thing here, I would not have had the potion swirling without it being stirred. I appreciate the detail of, you know, like, what, like, you know, having something being mixed like that, but the fact that the ladle's very clearly there but not moving, yeah.
I wish I could tell you what happened that night at the banquet, but...
Wait, unless it's slowing down. Wait a second. I'm going to go back and rewind a little. I'm going to look at this here. Because it could be that he was stirring it earlier and it's just slowing down. Hold on a second.
I really do wish I could tell you what happened that night at the banquet.
I don't think it is. You know, it's hard to tell because it's not, you know, symmetrical, but yeah.
But I'm not really that much of a fan of small talk. More so with snotty nobles.
Did I say before that EurettZ and I are kindred spirits? Well. Isn't that just fitting? Okay.
And drunken generals. So, I spent the rest of the night cooped up in my tower brewing potions.
What do you do with the drunken generals? What do you do with the drunken generals? What do you do with the drunken generals? Spike them with your cauldron.
All I know is that I supposedly...
I already made... Oh, sorry, you're talking about in the video. Okay, yeah. Well, hey, we got a Chuckles reference in the Camp Creek video.
The door is locked for a reason.
Okay, see, now the fact that you're stirring makes sense. I will say also, if you're using Gacha Life 2, you can, I would say, you know, you can make it like more of like an actual stirring motion implied with Gacha Life 2 custom posing. So you wouldn't have to like have the ladle going like back and forth like that with the potion still rotating. But hey, I'm getting into extreme nitpicks now.
Hey, what's the big deal?
like for example, the fact that I would have had like this, if the lighting is coming from like where the cauldron is, it should not be like as green tinted on them specifically. But either way, yeah, again, I'm getting to really minor stuff now.
Random
Oh, and a sword going through the door. That was also that. Yeah.
Beauregard, you are under arrest for poisoning the king.
What? Is the king okay?
Okay, hold on. So we are getting the flashback of how it happened. So why in God's greenly lit earth did we need the part before where he was going through, like, you know, saying like, oh, when I grabbed as many things as I could when I ran for the castle. My name is this Randon Beauregard. I was exiled for this reason. You know, the thing you just saw in the intro. Yada yada yada. Like, come on, you want something here.
Acting like you don't know anything, you scheming Potioneer. I suppose you don't know anything about the shipment of wine?
No, you must be mistaken. I've been here all night. Look, get me Cersei right now. I'll clear this whole misunderstanding.
Sir Cersei would not like to talk to you right now. So please, do yourself a favor and come with us.
Be still.
What are you doing? Get your hands off me!
Okay, fair that the cauldron would blow like that. That sound effect I probably would not have used there because it's, you know, it seems to be like an actual kettle sound effect, if it's like compressed air, which it very much wasn't. But, you know, again, other than that, makes sense. You know, don't interrupt a potioneer while, you know, ingredients might become explosive. The slime learned that.
That night was mainly a blur after that. I just remember seeing many governors looking like they had the life drained out of them. Looking back, I think I finally know why.
Okay, you know what? Just for the sake of making this point, I'm gonna play this scene again, and I'm gonna change one slight thing here, and you lot tell me if anything noteworthy is lost here. Any difference? You know, it's amazing, yeah. How you don't need someone. Actually, you know what? This is a lesson that a lot of American dubs of things tends to fail at particularly, and those that derive from them as a result. Two examples I can think of: Dragon Ball Z, particularly the scene where Cell is about to appear for the first time. To paint the scene for everyone, the entire like Ginger Town, which is where they are, is just, you know, completely empty. All you get is, you know, desolation, like a few bits of wind, and a bunch of clothes littered on the ground. Where have the people gone? We don't know. And Piccolo, of course, you know, arrives eventually, is investigating the area. He doesn't understand what's happened at all. No one does. Then suddenly you get like the pitter patter of a particular set of feet, and a shadow reveals, and then the actual form of Cell himself. In a few of the English dubs, particularly of DBZ, they decide to narrate over that scene and add a few like extra bits of, you know, I don't know, random commentary while this is going on because we can't handle the silence. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, yada 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 yada, you know, that kind of thing. So and the other example is one that I found in terms of that completely changes the meaning of the scene. Japanese version of Kiki's delivery service, particularly. Kiki flies off, her mother yells out to her. No sound comes back because Kiki is far away. You know, her young daughter is, you know, has literally flown the nest for the first time, and now and now her fate is up to her. And you know, it's a very solemn moment as a parent in that situation. Then, in the English version, they just add an extra line of Kiki yelling back, "I'm okay." Like, come on, really? So yeah. I think I've made my point. Like, if you have everything already there, don't worry about it. This is like the number one mistake that like most voice acted series actually do, is that they talk too much. It used to be a huge problem because obviously when everyone started with doing voice acted series, you want them to talk all the time because, you know, isn't it so cool how Gacha has voice acting now? And, you know, everyone's like, we get to hear people and they sound things and they're all the people doing so good and yada, 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 that kind of thing. But yeah, this show has fallen into that trap and also not. In different scenes, sometimes I can hear the same scene. It's quite bizarre. Also, welcome E Dodger. Hello. Glad you joined during my Dragon Ball Z and Kiki's livery service rant.
The poison was in the wine.
Yes, that was implied because the shipment of wine was mentioned about talk about the king's assassination. Of course the poison was in the wine. Oh my goodness.
Jaded lilies.
They're not the only thing jaded right now. I relate to the lilies. Those the same children? No, they're the same children. Oh, okay. Back to a positive thing here. I know that normally, by the way, I haven't talked about this, but Everly had to reschedule for Believer in Gasoline. That's why we're not doing that tonight because it's Saturday, as we normally do. One thing that, you know, she and I go back and forth on quite a lot is the idea of having songs with lyrics, and how I personally prefer if you have a song that has lyrics in something, save it for a moment where the characters aren't talking, so that you can so that the lyrics can actually be like heard and they're not distracting, or the dialogue's not distracting from the lyrics up one way or the other, you know. But because the human brain will focus on both of them and switch between without like getting the full picture, at least like in that first go. That's the way I interpret these things. So actually, we've had you know wordless scoring up until now, but the second that we get like this montage here, we get a song with lyrics. So again, another thing that EurettZ and I apparently coincide with. There you go.
Hey, if this scars, it's not my fault, okay? Why didn't you dodge my swing? I gave you a signal. Stay.
Why didn't you dodge?
Still.
Or just have a kind of sing this. Okay, that's where you and I coincide as well. Yes, absolutely have the characters sing if the song is like, you know, but then there's no distraction. There's no other dialogue over the top of it unless someone's interrupting someone while they're singing, which would be, you know, bizarre and also cruel to your singers. But anyway.
There. Better.
Yes, much better. Thanks, Randon.
There is Mops with Flops. Okay, this is also another thing that we don't see that often. The final scene having like the credits over it. This way, same way you have like a TV show. Because, you know, like most TV shows will have like credits over the top of like either the first scene or, you know, or sometimes the last one. I don't think I've seen this kind of thing done since in Gacha since A Memory's Recipe, which was quite a while ago review-wise. So yeah, safe to say it doesn't come up often. But also, freepick.com! There we go! Again, the thing that I use. Wait, it's over already? So I never thought I'd say. Hey, look. We understand you like the slime, but you're not to like everything else. You have to be interested.
Still the same kid I once knew.
Ooh, okay. Final intrigue part there. I do like how there was no hint of their history before that point, but now suddenly, there we go. There we go. And again, you get the idea that those two were the kids in the flashback without having to spell it out. He just says those simple words and doesn't delve in it. That's it. And it leaves everyone on something that. So, okay, yeah. So that was, dialogue reliant, and, even like the opening scene had a bit of narration, but it wasn't specific. That's what I mean with natural exposition. What I mean with natural exposition is use your dialogue appropriately, don't overstay it, and don't repeat yourself under the guise that the audience are too stupid to understand what's going on. But honestly, that's my only real complaint with this video. Most of the other stuff that I mentioned were, again, nitpicks because, hey, like I always say, the more I like something, the more I nitpick it. So to all of you who recommended this particular series, yeah, no, of course, no, complete garbage. No, of course, no. To all those who recommend it to me, you did well. You were correct. You were correct. So yeah, but yeah, this was again, even beyond just the probably the reason people wanted me to talk about this, which of course the animation itself, and the fact that someone is using Gacha Life 2 and is doing the sinking mouse, basically doing a bunch of stuff that I do, with you give or take a couple of elements from either one of us, like walk cycles for me, and the extra focus on lighting from them. So yeah, that's that's that. But even the story premise, I do love the idea of a Potioneer traveling on his own, and I mean the idea is for mending broken bonds, which I guess includes that character there, probably as the final one, because I mentioned the final hurdle being that probably being, I said, from what's happening in the kingdom, because I mean a regicide is obviously a huge extreme thing. The actual the incorporation of the Potioneer aspect rather than it just being a backdrop element, because a lot of backdrop elements in other Gacha videos will just be there for the sake of, okay, making the title distinct, and then they rarely ever come up. This was not that in the slightest. The slimes were adorable until they weren't. My only regret there, I guess, is the fact that they turned out to be to be thieves. But yeah, the idea of befriending the first creature that comes along or something, yeah. It reminds me of when I watched I haven't watched all of this series, but it reminds me a lot of the series Primal by Genndy Tartakovsky, because the main character in that is mostly alone, but every episode interacts with something or someone different. They're just traveling somewhat aimlessly, but just through this particular world, trying to either stay alive or do good, or basically that. And of course, I guess it's worth pointing out the irony of this comparison. That character is nonverbal. So it does go to show that that idea can be done, and people can understand it. A lot of people revere Primal as one of Tartakovsky's finest, which, considering the same person that made Dexter's Lab and Samurai Jack and Clone Wars, that's saying a lot. So, clearly if people are onto something there, I would say. So yeah, that's so I had a lot of fun with this one, and I look forward to seeing what bonds can actually be reforged, what stuff happens but stuff as on the journey. Just please don't spell out the story enough for us. The visuals are good enough that we don't need them. That might also be part of it, actually. That they're that EurettZ is relying on a technique that is unnecessary because of the methodology incorporated. But yeah, those ways for them to miss. Yeah, and the smoke effects I mentioned before, the visual and sound effects particularly. Yes, absolutely. Not too showery and detailed. Yeah, it is of course, like I said yesterday, I didn't read this yesterday because I had a headache. I knew that I was gonna want to delve into a bunch of stuff in here, what was it was gonna be a lot of things to pay close attention to. Which is probably the way that it should be. Like these things, like editing techniques, when it comes down to it, should be a backdrop, really. There should be something that you recognize subconsciously, unless you're a critic, obviously, and you're trying to review something and you're actively looking for them. For most people, I would say, this is something you could enjoy without having to, if you notice those aspects of something, then yeah, by all means, great. But if you don't, or you happen to want to rewatch something, then hey, you're getting rewatch value. That's watch time on YouTube. That's also great. So there you go. This is the first Gacha we've done already. Should definitely say something. Excellent job. I don't know if it's the first one that's made me say we're done already, but it's among gachas that made me say it for the right reasons. I've said wait, we're done already for other gacha videos where they just abruptly end for no reason, but in this case, it was for the right reason. Yeah. Yeah. All right then. So hold on a second. What was I going to say? So what we're going to review next? Well, I am glad you asked because I believe. Oh wait, actually, sorry, no. I was going to say. I thought I had something tomorrow, but no, tomorrow is Sunday, not Monday. So Monday, there's a special treat that awaits people on Gacha Review, so subscribe for that. As for tomorrow specifically, tomorrow is actually Believer in Gasoline. Sorry, I got the order wrong. So special for me as well, because it's rapidly becoming one of my favorites. Probably second only to the Guardians, I would say, honestly, at this rate. But yeah, so tomorrow is going to be Believer in Gasoline, and then, and then after this point, by the way, also another thing I forgot to mention, you said that you had 16 videos for that. We're probably not going to get through all of them, so it's probably going to be a multi-parter series, just so you know. Too bad it's Sunday. The view would have been more special the day after. Oh yeah, 26. Okay, yeah, fair enough then. So yeah, definitely multiple parts. To be at a Believe in Gasoline review, I've not been one of those for ages. Well, yeah, okay, well, fair enough then. Look forward to that. So we're on a roll here with greatness followed by more greatness later, followed by whatever was followed by. I'm not sure what to quantify because I've got an unreliable source to find out. So oh well. You'll be there on Monday, which is what counts. All right. But for everyone for right now, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.